So now she has an engagement ring as proof that
And she
this
said
is
yes?
legit. She said yes.
There you go. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. So it's a legitimate fiance. So the ring probably helps the process.
Yes.
And so for the government, you have to document your history of your relationship, I guess?
Yes, when we first applied for the K-1, we submitted pictures of us together from our trip to Spain. We submitted history of our Skype calls, just printed out history of our Skype calls, and just well, that was most of it. We just had to have some proof that we had met, and then for the embassy interview, I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, she's going to be asked a lot of questions about me and about my family history and that sort of thing. So,
well, you bring that up. That was my next question. So, your friends, family, have they been supportive in this journey? Or they're like, wait, what are you doing?
About half of my friends have been supportive, and about the other half have said, "What are you doing? Do you know what you're getting into here?"
Hey, you could say that if you were a contestant on The Bachelor or 90 Day Fiance or any of them. So,
right.
Everybody can judge everybody in every situation. I look at this as you decided to completely sort of shake up your dating snow globe and try something different and get outside of your comfort zone. That's the way I look at this. So, and as I said to you, the two that I have known who have done something similar to this ended up having happier and more longer lasting relationships than if they went through quote unquote the traditional means. So once you get engaged to her and she has the ring, how long ago was that?
So that was just last month that we got officially engaged.
Okay. And your next time you plan on seeing her, and it's, again, yeah, it is not, can we travel there now because of COVID restrictions, or we still can't?
No, we still can't.
Can she come here?
No, she can't come to the U.S. In fact, we had to meet in Mexico this last time because we had to find a way for her to get there without even changing planes in the U.S. Originally, we were going to go to Costa Rica, but that would have required a plane change in the U.S. And we were informed that she cannot even change planes in the U.S. until she has her visa. Not even with a passport. She has a passport, but
so she has still not been to the U.S.
She's still not been to the U.S.
If she came to the U.S. Tomorrow, what is the first thing you're going to show her? 7-Eleven, McDonald's. Where are you taking her?
Well, I probably would take a trip to Dallas. We definitely would take a trip somewhere. But I think one of the biggest changes for her, aside from just the culture in general, is that she's not going to be able to rely on public transportation. So I'm going to have to show her how to drive.
Oh, that's another
and get her a car.
So she's never driven.
Well, she has a license, but she hasn't driven in a couple of years.
Okay. Well, hey, I lived in New York a long time. I had to reacclimate myself too. Yeah, taking her to Dallas or whatever that giant casino is between Dallas and Oklahoma City. That's the American experience right there. Like exactly. You have to dive all in, and this is what you're getting into, and it could be wild. So you're hopeful and excited, but sort of nervous about timing and logistics and all that.
Yes, I am. I am nervous about timing and logistics, and part of those logistics are getting her. Involves getting her son enrolled in a school and getting him learning English, because she's fluent in English, but he is not, and he is typical teenager procrastinating, trying to learn another language. I don't think it's real for him yet. So,
how old is he?
He's 13.
Okay. They still pick it up fairly quickly, once they dive into it. Is he excited about moving, or you don't know that?
I don't know that. I think he's, on the one hand, he's excited because he knows he'll have more opportunities here in America. On the other hand, he doesn't want to leave his friends. and he doesn't want to start over again at a new school, not knowing the language, which I completely understand.
Yeah, I get that too, but he'll be, cool Ukrainian dude, and
Exactly.
Girls will.
He'll be exotic.
Yeah, he'll be exotic. You're better off being. That's totally true. There's lots of guys just like him back home. So you're ready to go down this road all the way. You're in.
I'm in.
You took a gamble, and you think it's paying off.
I do.
Good.
I do.
Good for you. And hopefully, we'll get out of this COVID. How is their COVID situation?
It's still pretty bad over there. In fact, it seems like the media focuses on how bad it is in America, but it's bad all over the world. And, the numbers are going up in Ukraine specifically as well.
Do they have the same restrictions with masks and all that stuff, or no?
They do, but I'm telling you, just from seeing videos she's shown me, a lot of people are not complying. She is, and her son is, but there's a lot of people just walking around like everything's just normal. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they think they can do what Sweden did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems a lot of people aren't taking it seriously. Maybe on the public transportation they are.
What is the thing about her or her culture that you were surprised was not what you expected in your mind?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you have a Ukrainian woman fantasy stereotype in your head, and she seemed a lot more like an American for good or bad than you thought, or we're all the same, or how did that sort of? The
cultural differences were much greater than I imagined they would be. I didn't think that was going to be such a big deal, and it's turned out to be a big deal just in getting to understand each other. I'll give you it's funny now, but not so funny example at the time. When we were on vacation in Mexico, and I was trying to socialize a little bit and try to get out of my shell and meet people, because you and I have talked about this. I consider being an introvert a big disadvantage, not only in my dating, but in my personal life in general. So I was trying to be social, and she misconstrued that as me talking to other women and hitting on other women. And there was one specific woman in the pool who was talking to me, but she was there with her husband.
Oh.
And she told me, she said, in my country, we don't do that. You're with a woman, you're only looking at her. You don't even see anybody else, no matter who's around. And I found that to be a big difference between her culture and our culture, because, I hadn't given her a reason not to trust me.
Yeah, you were just being social. But,
I was just being social.
90% of couples' arguments happen in a Mexican pool. So... so we worked it out. But that's good. But these are things you would also have to learn, with a woman here. Like, not everybody would be okay with that here, and vice versa. A lot of men don't want a woman talking to some other dudes there either. But yeah, these are things that are going to take time, and they're going to take, learning each other and whatever. But I think you're at the point now where what is the time difference? Let me ask you that. What is the time difference between? Is it an even 12, or is it a weird one?
It's a challenge. It's 8 hours.
Oh, it's 8.
Yeah.
That's not terrible. So you're kind of on the same day sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, we have our Skype calls around noon or 1 o'clock, on a Saturday, kind of a standing time.
All right. And the next time you hope to see her is undetermined?
It's undetermined because of the pace of this whole process for the visa. If it starts dragging out and some of the restrictions are lifted, I might plan another trip over there.
Yeah. Well, none of this is cheap,
No,
it is an investment. So, but I guess so is life. Anyway, I'm really glad you did it. I'm really glad that I've sort of followed your journey on this. We're going to bring you back as developments merit, if there's any breaking news on this. But I like this. I'm happy for you. I think it's ballsy. and good for her too. Same thing. You guys are both sort of taking a shot and diving in the deep end together. And this is the deep end, especially at this time and the world we're in right now. So anything has a chance to work if you're willing to roll the dice. And so good luck with everything.
Well, thank you, Brian. Yeah, and I would just add, I'm not going into this blind, and I'm taking precautions to make sure that this relationship is solid. Like, we're going to do premarital counseling. We're going to talk about the cultural differences. We're going to talk about any issues that either one of us have and how to work through those. So I think I've prepared myself well for this, and we have a similar mindset.
Well, good. I mean, it would be strange for somebody from Boston to move to Oklahoma City, or vice versa too. There's a lot of culture and things. All right. Good luck. Stay safe. Give my best to your fiance, and we will talk soon.